What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be talking about the all-star reserves, how they all have been announced, and who we think got snubbed and who we think didn't deserve to make it. And we're going to be talking about all that today. So honestly though, I am very excited today because my favorite player finally made an all-star game. Three-time all-star. Has been snubbed like the last 2 to 3 seasons. He's in the all-star game this year, boy. Let's go ahead and jump right into this one. So before we jump into who do we think got snubbed, we're going to go ahead and recap who is in the All-Star game. Obviously for the starters on the Eastern Conference, Giannis, DeRozan, Kyrie, Joel Embiid, and LeBron James. Obviously, we all knew that already by now. The Eastern Conference starting 5, I think all those guys are pretty deserving. You could argue that Kristaps deserved it over Embiid. You could argue Oladipo maybe deserved it over DeRozan. But this is your starters for the Eastern Conference, so we're going to have to deal with it. And you know what? I like it. Not going to lie to you. I think it's perfect. And then for the Western Conference, I like this one as well. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, James Harden, DeMarcus Cousins. Which, speaking of DeMarcus Cousins, did you guys see what he did yesterday? 40 points, 20 rebounds, 10. Oh my God, man. That guy is crazy. The New Orleans Pelicans are in good hands with DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis. It's just too bad that DeMarcus Cousins is in trade rumors like every year he's in the NBA, and it's only because of his contract this year, because you just don't know what the Pelicans' future holds. So honestly though, this is your starters for the Western Conference. Very deserving. I think all these guys do deserve their spots for the starters. Of course, the starting spots don't really matter because they're going to be the teams are going to be drafted this year. It's going to be different. It's not even going to be televised either, which I'm kind of confused about. So we'll have to wait and see how that format goes, because this is the first time they're doing it that way. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. But for your all-star reserves this year, for the Eastern Conference side of the ball, you got Oladipo, Bradley Beal, Al Horford, Kevin Love, Kristaps, John Wall, and Kyle Lowry. Interesting enough, you got 3 players here making their first ever All-Star game. Oladipo, Bradley Beal, and Porzingis. Obviously, Oladipo deserves this a lot. He's been playing very well this year. Beal has been probably deserved it last season, but he didn't make it. Porzingis maybe deserved it last season, but didn't make it. And but he's in this year, very well deserving. Al Horford has been great this year as well. Big contributor to the Celtics, same as Kevin Love. John Wall, of course. But one guy on here that I do kind of have a problem with is Kyle Lowry, because Kyle Lowry this season is kind of having an off year compared to previous seasons. I don't have the numbers right in front of me. I just know that Kyle Lowry is having an off year compared to other seasons. So kind of confused on why Kyle Lowry's made it over some players on here from the Eastern Conference. But nonetheless, obviously Kyle Lowry is a great player. So maybe Kemba deserved it over him, but that's arguably not true, because there's a big debate with the All-Star game, and it's because it's like, should a team make it? Should a team having success make it over teams that are not having success? Like, if a player's on a team having success, should they make it over a team with a player not having success? You know what I'm trying to say, right? I don't know. It's a big debate. You guys can tell me what you guys think about that. But of course, on your Western Conference side of the ball, Klay Thompson, LaMarcus Aldridge, Karl-Anthony Towns, Russell Westbrook, Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, and Damian Lillard. Awesome Western Conference reserves. LaMarcus Aldridge making it this year is cool because he's been having off years with San Antonio. Karl-Anthony Towns is the only one on here with his first ever All-Star game. And the number one guy that stands out in this picture is Damian freaking Lillard, man. I was so excited to finally see that my favorite player made an All-Star game. I mean, it's been a while. Of course, he's made it before, as you can tell in the picture. It's been a while. It's definitely been a while, because he's just been snubbed every season, and that's just nothing against him. There's just so many good Western Conference guards, so I can see kind of why he got snubbed every season. But, man, Damian Lillard is one of the most hardworking point guards in the NBA. My favorite player, personally, and I'm just glad to see him in this year. It's so awesome. Finally got him in. Another thing that's interesting is the Golden State Warriors have got 4 players into the Western in the Western Conference All-Stars, what I'm trying to say. Yeah, 4 players, back-to-back years. Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry all made it in last year, and they did it this year as well. I honestly thought Russell Westbrook didn't make it at one point. Like, I saw the list at first. I'm like, wait, where's Russell Westbrook? I had to look it over again. Saw Westbrook. If Westbrook would have been snubbed, that would have been crazy stupid. So let's go ahead and jump right into the players though that we think might have gotten snubbed. And this first 3 players I'm showing are honorable mentions, and this one is not even an honorable mention. This one is just funny because I literally saw a bunch of Lakers fans complaining that Lonzo Ball did not make it in the All-Star game. I have no idea why. I really don't know why Lakers fans are complaining. Lonzo Ball is averaging 10.2 points per game, 7.1 assists, and 35% from the field. Lonzo Ball is not having a crazy season by any means. This is rookie year. 7.7, averaging 7 points and 7 rebounds is very impressive though for rookie. Almost kind of three rebounds, 3 assists away from averaging a triple-double, but come on, Lakers fans. By any means, Lonzo Ball did not deserve to be in the All-Star game this year. He does deserve to be in the Rising Stars game, though, so he should be in that. But come on, Lakers fans. I don't even think Lonzo Ball should have been in the All-Star game, so don't get me wrong having him on this list. But here's the first 2 honorable mentions I got. Blake Griffin, 22.7 points per game, 9.3 rebounds per game, 44% from the field. Blake Griffin is having a crazy good season. He's been struggling with injury a little bit, but honestly, it doesn't matter. He's playing well for the Los Angeles Clippers ever since Chris Paul left. Obviously, he's had to step up, and he's played well. Just didn't make the All-Star game this year. He was an honorable mention. I didn't really think he got snubbed all that much, but of course, he kind of did at the same time. So these honorable mentions, I have them as honorable mentions because the title of the video says 5 players. It's going to have 5 players at the title of the video. So there's really 8 players that we're talking about in this whole video. So I got to label these guys as honorable mentions. But for at least top 5, I guess I'll say for top 5 snubs, I guess I would say. Let me rephrase that. But next, we're going to be talking about Chris Paul. CP3 has been he sat out a handful of games this year as well. 19 points per game, 8.9 assists per game, 1.9 steals per game, and 46% from the field. Chris Paul is having a great season for the Houston Rockets, and right now, when Chris Paul, James Harden, and Clint Capella are on the floor together, they have been undefeated this season. The Rockets are having a crazy good season. They've beaten the Rockets twice, or the Warriors twice this year. And honestly, they could very well challenge the Golden State Warriors in the playoffs this year in the Western Conference playoffs, but we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But I think CP3 definitely deserved to be in the All-Star game this year, but who should he have made it over? I'm not going to say. I don't know, because I finally think Damian Lillard deserved this one. That's the only other guard I can think of at the time. I mean, Jimmy Butler was there too, but Chris Paul obviously snubbed this year. Part of the honorable mentions, but absolutely snubbed. But we're going to be jumping into the 5 players that I think were absolutely snubbed this year. And starting with Andre Drummond, 14 3-points per game and 15 rebounds per game. Andre Drummond has been a double-double machine almost his whole career. And I think Andre Drummond definitely deserved to be in the playoffs this year. The Pistons are actually playing pretty well this year. Been struggling as of late. But the Detroit Pistons are still probably most likely going to make the playoffs. Actually, as of right now, I'm not going to lie to you, I don't even know where they stand in seeding. But the last I knew, they were fighting for a playoff spot. So probably should have done my research on that. I do apologize about that. But Andre Drummond averaging a double-double with 14 points per game and 15 rebounds per game. I think Andre Drummond definitely deserved an all-star spot this year. Crazy star for the Detroit Pistons. I don't think there's any reason why he should have missed the playoffs. Or not the playoffs, the all-star game. I think he should have been in. So that's my first snub at number 5. Andre Drummond, very big snub. Honestly, I could almost put Chris Paul in over Andre Drummond, or even Blake Griffin. Andre Drummond was just number 5. Number 4 on the list is Lou freaking Williams. We all know Lou Williams' story this season, having a crazy good season, and we all know. Look at Lou Williams, exposing his frustration over on Twitter. 23.3 points per game, 5.1 assists per game, and 45% from the field. Was Lou Williams referring to being snubbed from the All-Star game when he tweeted LOL? None of us were going to know if this was right, but Lou Williams answers the question for us. Damn right, SMH. You know what, Lou Williams? You have every right to be mad. I think you should have maybe made it in, but there's just other players over you, unfortunately. But Lou Williams, without a doubt, having a crazy good season. And if Lou Williams does not win 6th Man of the Year this year, there's something wrong. with the NBA. So Lou Williams, just look forward to that. Sorry you won't be in the All-Star game this year, but you should look forward to hoisting that 6th Man of the Year trophy at the end of the season, because there's no reason why it should be taken from you. You have been having a crazy good season. 30 points off the bench twice this year. Come on now. Devin Booker is next. I think this is a crazy snub. This is number 3 on the list. These are really in no particular order now that I see where I had it. But honestly, Devin Booker, 25 points per game, 4.7 assists per game, and 43.7% from the field. Devin Booker, I think the only reason why Devin Booker may not have made it in is because of how the Suns are as a team. They're not good. They're not even fighting for a playoff spot, of course. The team is just not very good itself, and Devin Booker is really the only one that is doing anything great on there. Of course, they have a very young team. They're just not ready to compete, and they still need to get talent over there, even though they do seem like they have a lot of young talent over there. But Devin Booker seems like to be the only future star there right now. As of right now, anyway, I'm sure one of those guys can live up to their hype soon enough. But I think Devin Booker was absolutely snubbed this year. Definitely feel like this man deserved to be in an All-Star game, but unfortunately, just didn't make it in this year. But at number 2, we got Ben Simmons. Rookie year right now, 16.3 points per game, 7.9 rebounds per game, and 51% from the field. Ben Simmons is having a great season. Very great bounce back from his injury. Didn't even play his rookie season at all. And look at him now, 16.3 points per game and 7.9 rebounds per game. That is awesome. Ben Simmons, I think, maybe should have made the All-Star game. You could argue that he's a rookie and then he'll be in the Rising Stars game or whatever they call it now. I don't know what they call it. When those sophomore and rookies play a game against each other, I think it's the Rising Stars game or something like that. But we can look forward to seeing Ben Simmons in that. But honestly, Ben Simmons definitely feel like a snub. He definitely had a chance to get in the All-Star game, but he just did not, unfortunately. There's just other players over him, and that's just how all these players are on this list. There's just other players that are over you this year. That's the excuse I hear every year when Damian Lillard was snubbed. There was just other players better than him. So that's the only excuse I can use for these guys. But of course, next we got, this one's going to be controversial because I could see why this man did not make it, but it's just weird that he didn't, and it's Paul George. 20.8 points per game, 2.2 steals per game, and 43% from the field. Paul George, it's going to be weird not having Paul George in the All-Star game this year. I feel like he's there every year for the Eastern Conference, but of course, he's not in the Eastern Conference anymore. He's in the Western Conference, and he's definitely having an off year. Obviously, playing with Melo and Russell Westbrook's going to bother your touches a little bit. But, man, this one is pretty controversial. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Paul George should have made the All-Star game or not? I'm not sure. I think that leaving him out this year was the right move. I don't think he's having that statistical season like he used to have. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's other people out there that believe that he should have made it. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy it. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. We're grinding to 10K by the end of this year. So please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching and your continued support. And I'm saying peace.